Believe it or not, Marcos Ambrose is now officially the 2003 V8 Supercar champion. And while the heavens opened here at Sydney's Eastern Creek, it was nothing but good news for the Devil Racer. 6 round wins for 2003. And for Ford, it equals their best ever season in terms of overall victories. But more importantly, for the first time since 1997, Ford have the championship. On a day of high drama here in Western Sydney, and Marcos Ambrose doesn't care about the rain anymore. A solitary hand out the Pertec BA Falcon signifies a changing of the guard in the Australian Touring Car Championship. He deserves it. More round wins, more race wins, more pole positions, and at the end of the year, more points than anyone else. As he pulls up in front of the grandstand and burns it out for 2003, the champion.
Well, at least the crowd won't have any pollution problems here, but they'll still see plenty of action from Marcos.
He's letting it all hang out now. The emotions will be really on top of him.
I wonder if they'll fine him for jumping on the wall this time at Eastern Creek.
The thunder of the V8 Supercars erupts at Sydney Motorsport Park, Eastern Creek. It's a very good jump by Whincup. He walked it away from the line. McLaughlin goes with him, but how about Van Gisbergen? He'll be in second place when they come out of turn 1. The mid-pack is a visual disaster. You cannot see. Look at Van Gisbergen trying to force a line down the inside. He didn't get it done. It was McLaughlin who did an awesome job through 1. And he touches Whincup. The top 3 barely missing each other in that run down to turn 2.
Van Gisbergen came from 6, Neil. That was unbelievable the way that he made the car walk off the line. This is the visibility we spoke of. And this is the outside line. They're all in. Reynolds around the wrong way. And that was so close. That was Mark Winterbottom. They've made contact. That's Tim Slade with huge damage on the right-hand front. That's just because you can't see. Visibility 0. Reynolds spun round at turn 3. There was definitely contact in the middle of that pack. Mark Winterbottom, safety car out now. So he's on the inside. There's the bumping with Reynolds. Along the outside is Moffat. You'll see Bright in a second because we were on board when this happened. There's Bright. Have a look off to your left now and you'll see the rotating Dave Reynolds. There he is. And in a second, you'll see a bang. That was Tim Slade. This is the outside run. There was definitely contact there with Moffat and Reynolds. So then he's parked. We'll pick this up now and Slade right up on 2 wheels. Wow, that is huge force.
But it wasn't because Mostert wasn't giving it a huge go. But it's an impressive and incredible performance by Van Gisbergen for a double shot today. Winner of race 26 and 27, the Kiwi Van Gisbergen gets it home from Chaz Mostert. And Jamie Whincup home in 3rd position, followed by Jason Bright, then Will Davison, James Moffat, Fabian Coulthard, James Courtney, Rick Kelly and Russell Ingall. What a job by Shane Van Gisbergen, the very first time that he's put back-to-back wins together. And a little team punching above its weight. And you can actually see the shift lights. They were all illuminated like a Christmas tree on the steering wheel then as he went berserk over the top of the hill between 3 and 4.
They're both turning it on now. This is fantastic car control from these 2 young guys.
He wanders back to New Zealand to do a bit of drifting here and there, and I reckon in these conditions it serves him very well. And Chaz Mostert emulating.
Here's Whincup in the background. It's like an expression session.
Full freestyle. Freestyle V8 supercar. So Van Gisbergen survives. A little mid-race scare. A scare also for Whincup. And a charging drive from Chaz Mostert. Very impressive.
Jason Bright's looking at these 3 lunatics saying, gee boys, I thought we were all sideways enough without having to do all that. Look at that.
Remember that as we see synchronised sliding, remember that Mostert qualified 11th to get into that position. at the end of the race to get on the podium. Very impressive performance.
And it pushed Whincup back a spot at the pointy end of this race, which is, at the end of the day, Neil, they're big moments in the championship because if you look at how sideways Whincup is.
He didn't have as much wheel spin. He pulled down shallow and he looks strong, and so does Pye, who's got the nose up the inside of Chaz. He'll displace him. He's underneath him. Chaz tries to hang it round the outside, and James Courtney's pulled a magical move, and he's gone straight past both of them. There's push and shove through the right-hander at 3. Here comes McLaughlin. There's a Volvo in the game as well.
James Courtney, the move of the year. That was fantastic. Pye fired down the inside, pushed Mostert wide. They both battled to stop while they were wide. James Courtney has got down the inside of both Falcons. What a move by Courtney. Fantastic stuff. Oh, there's some games being played up here with Shane. Shane's alongside him. They're bumping. They're bumping along the straight. He wasn't in front of the control line. This is a great move by Van Gisbergen. He's going to get this done. He's played the card. He's run early. He's bumped him all the way down the straight, and he's out-muscled him. Great move, Shane Van Gisbergen.
We were somewhat mystified, wondering what was going on, and it's still going on, and he's turned him. McLaughlin has turned Van Gisbergen at turn 2. Does Shane survive that one? That's a pivotal moment in the championship. Let's have a look here. Watch the right rear corner of the Senglet Nissan Altima, and the tyre flails and rips the entire guard and affiliated assembly off the car. It's plucked half the roof line off it as well.
That's one of the worst ones we've seen, isn't it, in terms of the amount of damage to the car.
And in comes Mostert, Van Gisbergen. They're all reacting because now you've got to come in, because there'll invariably be a clean-up process.
He's moved it straight to the left-hand side of the road, which is very mindful of the balance, but also the amount of debris and componentry, etc., that's coming off the back of the Nissan Altima. Look at the forces it's...
Yeah, so it's door skin, sill panel, right rear composite guard, and the way that that guard is shaped, it also goes up onto the C-pillar of the roof line. So basically all of the external skin on the car there has been ripped apart.
And it was weird now, because when we saw Whincup in for his stop, I saw a car having a tyre failure. Look at that. I saw a car with a tyre failure down the straight in the background, and I thought it was Dale Wood, like a replay. But this one's the worst one we've seen.
Looks like a paddle steam, isn't it? Meantime, here comes Gizzy once more. Now it's at turn 1. 270 kilometres an hour. He pulls it out of the draft. He's very wide. You'll try and undercut him on the other side. But it's not that simple. He's got him covered for another lap down there at turn 2. That is Scott McLaughlin. So Whincup moves to 3rd.
This is the spot.
He's moving it around, trying to find a way to get a better exit. This might be the one.
This is the spot.
He's up the inside. Here comes Shane Van Gisbergen. He has sliced one down the inside and grabbed the lead of that race.
Beautifully constructed pass. That was the spot. For 2 or 3 laps, we've known that the run from turn 2 to turn 3 and then over the hill into 4 was where he had a gain. He backed it off early. He turned it in late for turn 3. He come out of the corner perfectly and got the run down the inside.
Out of the last corner after 300 exciting kilometres under the Sydney sky. Lights ablaze. Congratulations, Shane Van Gisbergen, winner, race number 21.